actually neck to neck to both of the teams. There was not much of grounds to be said how they probably made a mistake or probably there was a better heroes to be picked. It's just that probably the execution, the itemization build that was put out, Ruby wise, could have actually done better, but didn't have the sustainability, the survival that was supposed to be put out for the team of JP Niners. Now those come into the question of round number three. Will they do the same mistakes? And it seems like despite they were the one who used the Hilda, now they're going to deny the usage of Hilda. Not only that, Fanny also been banned out, and we see that Khalid as well as Christian been banned on the side of Alter Ego.
Yeah, Alter Ego X left with one more ban. The Suyo still in that pool as well. One of the more highly picked heroes and highly banned heroes in the entire series, right? So JP Niners, I mean, they might potentially have a choice here because there's gonna be a chip, there's gonna be a Suyo, and this is definitely one or the other. And whether they go for it, it will be up to Alter Ego X to counter it out. But I believe that, yeah, Guinevere has been buffed. And I really believe the fact that Guinevere is one of the heroes that can answer the chip really well because of the Astral Migration and the Violet Requiem. There's so much control and damage on that shortcut. So the chip will be banned. So JP Niners, up to you right now to pick the Suyo up, and they do. Alter Ego X, how do they answer, right? Matilda, Alpha, usually one of the answers that we see for most teams, but are they used to playing it? Do they even play Matilda? Do they even play
Wipe out all the injustice in the
Alpha?
world.
No, they pick up the Cho. Okay.
And I think that is probably because we did saw that every time Magma picked up the Cho, he was performing well, and that could be a possibility of Cho to be used as the roamer again this time around, because so much of the pickup that was done by Magma was just successful. But on the side of JP Niners, they respond by picking up Gato Kacha. I think there was a part where we did saw on round number 2 whereby Alter Ego X denied of the usage of Gato Kacha, and that was the comfort zone coming in from JP Niners, was having a momentum that was not seen, and they want to have that back here for the round number 3. Valentina also been picked up here, so it could be a good decision making because the combo between Valentina as well as the Gato Kacha could pull through for Team JP Niners.
I mean, there's a lot of lane priority coming out from Gato Kacha Valentina, but is it enough against the Eve, right? Because Eve is one of the heroes that has the highest lane priority. It has so much skill, so much damage available. That buff towards that first skill as well, it's gonna do so well. But Alter Ego X, they are going for this team fight playstyle, and they do pick up a Bruno here. And I mean, Bruno is a very strong lane bully, and it deals a lot of damage and scales well early to late game, but it falls very short to AoE damage. So Alter Ego X, they have to do a great job of banning away the AoE damage that might potentially come through, which is namely the Harif, namely the Beatrix as well. And if they're scared about control, there's a Tigreal to think about, and there's also that Ruby that can pull you out of position.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely one of the choices that can be banned out here for Alter Ego X. But even though with they banning off Harith as well, there's a lot of other option that is open up for JP Niners. No matter what, they still be able to pull through with all the situations they're stunned in, because again, we might be seeing again a Nathan to be stunned out because we saw how it was. Maybe they didn't had what they want in the first round for JP Niners, so possibly a mobility heroes to be put up for JP Niners is what they need. So hopefully that could be the case. But Joy has been picked up as the ban by JP Niners. A good decision making coming in from them.
Yeah, because Bruno actually hints towards a faster gameplay, right? You want to reach your power spikes a bit faster. And I mean, JP Niners, if they want to go for this route, they can also ban out the Nolan as well. Meanwhile, for Alter Ego X, I really feel that they should ban out the Beatrix because JP Niners will snap pick it up, because Lolio, I know that he plays a very scary Beatrix. And I feel that Irithel might not be as good of a pick versus Bruno, and Bruno is really known as the lane bully here, but they do take out Tigreal. They are scared of that implosion. Now JP Niners, they can ban the Nolan out if they want to do so.
Let's see if that could be the case here, even without the fact that Team JP Niners, yep, they already had a really good ground with Suyo, right? So far right now, the baseline has a really good potential to give a lot of damage. But on the side of front, it's still really staggered for JP9ers. But they are taking out Hayabusa on the side of Alter Ego X.
Yeah, Hayabusa, I mean, yes, very strong in terms of lane clear, but I don't think you can match 1v1 versus that Suyo. But with that aggressive playstyle that Alter Ego X they want to go for, I mean, it really fits the MO, right? It really fits their way of playstyle. So, I mean, they can still pick up that Nolan. They still can go for an aggressive lane play if they want to, because there's a lot of possibilities for the jungle right now. But they pick up the Yi-Son Shin. Yeah, that's aggressive. It fits. It fits.
Okay, I haven't seen it for a while, but yeah, and no, they ended up picking Irrital, which quite confusing because you talked about how Irrital wise wants to go in for Bruno. It's not gonna be that easy for 1v1, but maybe JP9ers have another idea when it comes to fighting off with Bruno. Hopefully that will be a case, but they did pick up the Hylos. Also a really good composition. I think with the Gloria Prat, they might be able to shut down the movement. Probably if Cho comes in with Magma coming in to pick up the one, Gloria Prat can try to slow things down a little bit, even with RWM try to move along, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough though for JP9ers to back things up.
And yeah, if Alter Ego X want to go towards this fighting playstyle, Edith is still on that board, right? You can shred through that Hylos, and you can shred through a lot of the Gato Gacha damage as well. But they go for the same answer. They go for the glue. It's also a very aggressive team fight hero, and it scales even better. Yeah, I totally saw them coming with a glue. I mean, Farndir, he played a great glue just now, and why did I not see that coming? Yeah.
Oh, because there was so much potential. There's a lot of heroes that can be put out there. I mean, like we did saw Fondi also did amazing. I mean, a lot of the attacks that he was done, he would try to actually back up with Frederick was denied. But once he put out with the glue, this is where we saw the potential coming in from Fondi himself. So, comfort zone coming in from the side of Alter Ego is better put here for round number 3. The question is, JP9er, is it enough with the fact that they have that Hylos on their side? They have Suyo. This is where the fine line that they have to be very alert and very, very cautious on that early games.
Yeah, and what I want to see out of Zach Cutie is really abuse the fact that the IMU can be used super early, right? Maybe we're going to see him do that aggressive play. But as we head on into the Land of Dawn, we have Game 3 of JP9ers versus Alter Ego X, Malaysia versus Indonesia, as they fight on for tournament life in this best of 3, which turned into a best of 1.
Let's see. Magma tried to be pulled away, but then again, it's not gonna be enough though for the mid lane. They're trying to push in at the situation right now, and we do see the extension that was done by them is just not enough. But coming in for a fight here is gonna be a tree. Oh, close call, but Silly Boy did manage to actually flicker away before he was taken out.
And that's a huge win coming in for JP9ers to force that flicker out. You won't have that until the 3-minute mark, right? That's a 120-second cooldown on that flicker. And now with that rotation from year 3, he's still able to go to the top lane. But of course, he is going to rotate more towards the lane because he cannot fight against the glue head on. And with that Yi-Son Shin, it's going to be very, very aggressive coming in from Taz.
I mean, at this state, what are your thoughts? Like, what do you think that can be done by JP9? So far, yeah, they got a really good response, but at the end of it all, it seems like somehow Team AEX has a much more potential or even much more ground control in this map, right?
Yeah, but if you look at their battle spells, if you take a look at the battle emblems here, there's 2 Purifies and 2 Revitalizations coming out from JP9ers. They have so much sustainability. They just want to keep going on these team fights and just make sure that one thing that they cannot get caught by is the glue. The Wave Dragon, I mean, potentially, you can purify yourself out of there, and as long as Magma does not commit that flicker, it's really not too big of a deal. And now with that first turtle, they were going for the Avatar the Guardian. Razi really in the face of Taz, wanting to stop that snowball effect going. Suyo, I mean, he can potentially fight up against Yi-Son Shin, and he's way stronger in that power spike level as well. So JP9ers, they already have the answers, right? The battle emblems, they are good for them. They can have the farm going. Irithel actually scales a lot harder than Bruno in that late game because he has that AoE compared to that single target damage coming out for Bruno. So JP Niners, they just want to reach their power timings or they want to win their lanes. They can win their lanes early too.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea as well. And then we do see a great composition coming in from the side of Razi as well as Year 3. The way how they make sure that there's so much ground that can be covered by Max, as well as the fact that they can give that leeway. And we do see now they're trying to push in, try to go in for the invasion as well, right at the bottom. Glorious Path coming in, going in straight to RF, but this is just a positioning coming in at the same time. We go in straight to the attack of Guardian as we go in for the RWM as well. JP Niners pushing it. RF gets the first blood to the overextension, but at the same time right here, Fondia getting a lot of damage, but RF getting double kill as well. Taking down Year 3. This overextension is giving a lot of punishment to the side of Team JP Niners.
Yeah, Max, he does get that consolation kill onto Fondir, but it might have been just too much more than what they can chew, right? They bit off more than what they can chew, and they try to kill Arfi. They gave him a triple kill. That glorious pathway was into death right there because all of them just committed too hard and they did not have that finish off damage onto Arfi. Now Lolio, he's going to struggle a bit because Haas Claws has been picked up by Arfi and that's going to be a lot of sustain on that lane, and Lolio is just not going to have a good time, especially if Magma's staring down at him. He has to watch his back here. Now Lolio in a bit of danger, already being jumped in that tower here. Is he going to get jumped down here? Lolio, he finds the counter pick, and Arfi, he puts himself in danger. Oh, great play coming out, and Max, he gets the turtle in the background because Magma wasn't there.
Wow, L'Oreal surviving out that 2v1 and able to control that bottom lane and helping out, giving that JP Niners an opportunity for the OBJ was just a really good success. But on the side right here, Team AEX, they gotta find true. They know for a fact that they wanted to go to the side of L'Oreal, but it was not in their favor. Counterwise, they still trade off for the first trade at that top lane. So it's still a good win coming in from AEX. They still have that control that they needed. But as time goes by, this could give so much space for JB Nadis to come through.
Yeah, Lolio, I mean, he finds himself in the same situation as Arfi. Real manipulation being used just to zone away, right? Give that space to Lolio. And Magma, if you stay here, you're probably going to die. But Zach Cutie, he does get the damage through. Magma is able to survive. That tower is still alive, but it's not long for life right now. JP Niners, they want to fight for map control. And this is the way of answering against Alter Ego X's top aggression, right? Having that glue on that top lane, never mind. We focus on the gold lane instead. Now, that real manipulation from the original holder, which is that Eve being used to answer on that bottom lane, and they will have to back off. JP Niners, still, their map control is being answered for by map control right now, but I mean, Glue with that stick, he's gonna find his target on to Lolio, but it's not enough because Razi, he's able to take the damage of Arfi right now, and Razi, he has the revitalization already pop, Glorious Pathway already pop, Alter Ego X. This is the timing right now if they want to go for the fight, but Taz, he still needs to get the farm up. It's still 6 minutes into the game. They don't have enough damage to burst to Razi. Fondir, you might be able to deal damage to Razi right now, but I don't think you're gonna be able to kill him.
Nope, not at all. Razi still survive it out despite the fact that they are trying to get at least the trade out they desire, but it's still not enough. Team JP Niners still go in, but Fondir still not giving up, still try to chase after Razi. But nope, it's just a close call, but it's going to give an opportunity for Arfi to just get this turret into the hands of Team AEX. And as we do see right at top lane, Year 3 pushing in straight, trying to make sure that it's going to be a really good cover ground for Max to get the next turtle. 3 turtles in the hands of Team JP Niners. But then again, the currency-wise is not far behind between these two teams.
Yeah, both teams really keeping it neck and neck, right? Still 2-3, despite the fact that most of the farm is on Arfi. And this is where JP Niners, their lineup starts to shine because they have so much more AoE when you compare that to Alter Ego X. They only have that real world manipulation. Arfi is a single target damage dealer. And if he does not get that snowball going, and he will get picked off if if that Avatar of the Guardian lands onto him. So year 3, he's very pivotal in the next upcoming fight here. And they have to hold on to make sure that Arfi cannot deal the damage in this next few team fights. Because Irithel will outscale him sooner or later. Year 3 finds his mark onto Arfi right now. I mean, year 3 can go in, but he does not have the damage needed to finish him off. Fondir still trying to zone away the members of JP Niners. And Yi Shin, he's doing his thing, right? He's getting that macro gameplay going on the bottom lane. And this is what they faltered to the last game, because Taz on that Fanny, he was so great at dealing with these waves, making sure that waves were always pushed out. But currently, there's no objective to fight for.
No objective to fight for. JP Niners, at least they are in accountability of trying to check out all the awareness for the maps. But here, pushing in straight away, it's gonna be the way of Dragon to push in. Arfi takes down Max. Year 3 managed to take down Magma for the trade-off, but at the same time, Razi coming in for a fight. Lola takes down immediately, and Razi at the trade-off by the Taz itself. And Year 3 shuts down Arfi immediately with a double kill as well. And pushing on right now, JP Niners looking a little bit better off to the trade-off, but at the same time, a lot of resources was put out just to shut down AEX.
The goal swing going towards JP Niners there. I was worried for a second that Arfi was led to deal so much damage, but he himself overextended, and now Irithel is slightly up in terms of goal, and that's not where you want to be as a Bruno. I mean, at this point, right, Arfi was able to deal so much damage out of the zone from the stolen IMW of the RWM. And now year 3, he's trying to find his way in, but Arfi overextends here, and then they just finish him off because Lolly was able to survive.
Agree, definitely. And the fact that no matter how much Magma try to actually pick up one player, it's still been able to contain into the hands of JP Niners. Now, they're going to try to contest this Lord, and it seems that Glorious Path has been put out. Magma going to pick out year 3 first, but so much damage been put out that he had to back up. But Max able to take down the Lord for themselves. But at this progress, we do see that Max has been traded off for the Lord itself, and now Arfi had to pull away. So much gun, and year 3 also been shut down by Taz, but here it is. Taz overextended. Can Razi make it? No! In the end, Razi also been taken down and been steal away by AEX.
Yeah, a bit of a bad game call coming in from JP Niners, right? Max, when he died, they should have disengaged, but Lolio with that jump in finds the opportunity, and man makes magic happen despite the fact that he does not have teammates. His teammates are down. He finds the double kill with the Lord on their side as well. Arfi does pull up the Malefic gun though.
Oh, that is good coming in from the side of Loleo. I mean, at least that's those kind of miracle wins that you want to actually get, the trades that you want to come in from JB Niners, even despite the fact that they got the advantage right here. Coming in already, marching in right at the bottom. We do see Loleo will be trying to at least get the coverage on the top lane as well. They're going to try to split pushes so that team AEX will be disrupted by the confusion.
Yeah, and the vision game is really strong from Ultra Ego X. They know where they are at all times, but it's just so happens that Lolio went for the craziest play of his life, because you're 5 members. When do you expect an Irithel running at you at 5 members? And I mean, that was a very well calculated risk, because I mean, that was so huge, right? Who expects Lolio to jump in here, go in for one, and then every skill missing onto Lolio there? Oh, man just weaved the closest of threads right there.
Oh, definitely. And now they're gonna clear out the second layer of turrets. AEA are gonna go in for the glorious path. Are they gonna push into Arfi? Nope, it seems that we're gonna see year 3 pushing in straight to Fondir. Fondir getting a lot of damage, but at the same time, Max takes down Fondir immediately. But Taz overextending, giving Lolio an opportunity. Now the real world manipulation put out, but Max managed to take down another. Double kill come true, and Zach Cutie takes on Arfi. Sally Boy left all alone for the fan, and he had to pull away for the survival.
Yeah, Zach Cutie and Max. I mean, Zach Cutie and Year 3 with the Avatar, the Guardian, all the way in the back line to find Arfi. They have their win condition set, right? If they can take out Arfi, that's all the damage. Taz is not a big deal right now. And now they look to end things for the game. Fondir, he is back alive. Selly Boy takes out Year 3, but Max take out Selly Boy, and Fondir is down for the count. Magma is the only one left, but the Crystal is down for the count as JP Niners will be taking home the series win for today. A hard-fought match indeed.
A hard-fought match indeed by